You're watching National Streaming Sports. Over 20 podcasts, 70 shows, and a 3.5-star rating on Roku TV.
Boy, that was really seamless. I actually hit that right up on the mark. How you doing, everybody? Captain Jack here. It is Oscar night, and I definitely watch the Oscars every year. And of course, Daryl Hannah with the, was it shout out to Ukraine? I get it. I mean, it's for those that and I'm not going to get into the political bullshit. I'm not going to get into the political bullshit. But quick version is, if you think that a president of another country should come into our house, because that's what the White House is. It's the house of the people that the president lives in. It's our house. Think someone should walk into our house and just act like a dick? No. What your views are aside from that remains to be. I really won't get into it, but fuck that. And I very rarely, like I said, get into politics or religion here. Y'all pretty much can figure out how I march. But I do watch, and I am recording it because again, I am on with y'all, so I can't hear what's going on. But again, I want to reach out and say thank you to all that are watching. We are on the National Streaming Sports Network over there on Roku TV. We are on my Twitch channel, of course, my YouTube channel, and on 4 Facebook channels, my profile. And again, if you are watching on my profile, I can't see your comments. You got to come to YouTube. Seriously, you got to come to YouTube. I won't see them. You can. There's my page, my Captain Jack page. There is the Elite Superfans page. And what's the other there? I know there's 4. I can't see what this one is. It's the Elite Superfan page, yeah. The Captain Jack Rackham page, yeah. The J Captain there you go. The J Captain Jack page, yeah. And then my personal page for folks that know me outside of Captain Jack. So if you're on those, I can't see all of the comments. I can see the ones over here on Instagram. Thank you, folks that are over there on Instagram. I didn't know Elton John had a picture this year. Wow, okay. Sir Elton John. But again, we'll talk about whatever. We'll talk about whatever because, again, we'll be here for at least an hour because that is where we are on the National Streaming Sports Network. There's an hour. Mick is talking about something. The original song goes to, I don't know. Who's okay? Show me the person. Show me the line item. There's a lady coming up. Great. Who the fuck is it? Who won? For what movie? It would be nice. It would be nice. My God. Ed, good to see you. Good to see Ed up there. Okay, El Mal from Amelia Perez. Okay, thank you. Amelia Perez is getting, Zoe Saldana. I want to make sure because she made sure that she did the, the N with the accent. Zoe Saldana. First Dominican Oscar winner, according to that. Hey, Russ. Good to see you, Russ. Right. How you doing? I have some news for you that you'll really get off on. Okay. Ed, not on the channel. Call me after the show because I will have my phone available with me. We'll see how. Russ Wright, Raider fan from South Florida. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, and Ed is talking about, like I said, we can't talk about sports because, again, if you talk about the combine, there's always somebody at the combine that plays himself up around. And that's why I said if the Raiders won Jackson Dart, you might want to have to pick him at 6. Unless you take the 6th pick, move down in front of somebody that doesn't need a quarterback, but then again, you're at the risk of having somebody that does need a quarterback move up in front of you. That's always a risk. But I've said for how long now Jackson Dart should be the pick. Maybe not at 6, but that, take a flyer on him either at the beginning of the 2nd round or move back up into the 1st round and take him. Russ, do you pick Dart over Sanders at 6? I don't know. I think Jackson Dart, I think he maybe is less likely to bust than Shedeur Sanders because Shedeur Sanders has the father thing going on, and will he bust? I don't know. And that's a great thing. And thanks, Jeff. Jeff LaFontaine from the New England Raiders. We trade down to 12, get the extra pick, take Dart at 12. And I'm sure that the Cowboys would take Genty at 6. Pretty sure. Sanders is dropping like a stone and I don't want Shedeur Sanders. Apparently, I'm not the only one. Bob, if you're going to get Cam Ward, you're going to have to trade up for Cam Ward. If you want Cam Ward, you're going to have to trade up to 1 or 2. And if you trade up to 2, you're not guaranteed to get him, because somebody who wants a quarterback, whether it's Tennessee or somebody that wants to trade with Tennessee, will take Cam Ward. And Jeff doesn't want Sanders. You don't want Cam Ward? Okay. And I like Russ likes Aiden O'Connell. But you don't know. And by the way, I will see, make sure I'm not missing anything over there I don't think I'm missing anybody on Instagram. Okay. Oh no, Dolphins Force. Good to see you. Did you watch NFL people run on the truck? No, I didn't. Hey, yo, Chachi, how you doing? Good to see you, brother. Well, see, I can see over there on Instagram. Calling over to YouTube. Mahalik is here. Oh my God, it's been a while, Mahalik. Steve Mahalik it's been a while, and he's local. Steve, did you go to the Raider game here? I had an open house, man. It would have been nice. Everybody was invited. Maybe you can come out another time. Would you get rid of the tush push? You keep the tush push. And I said there are coaches that said this. It's like either get good at it or learn how to fucking defend it. If you don't learn how to defend it, fuck you. It's called the NFL. They go to that camp and try it out. Philadelphia. Yeah. I was at the game today. I was at the game yesterday. I was wearing my Mike Schmidt jersey. Got a lot of good compliments out of it. It does say Schmidt on the back. It's one of my. I have a Schmidt, a Luzinski, a Carlton, a Boa, a Tug McGraw, of this old school variety. Love it. And Russ is down. Russ, I wasn't there. I wasn't there for the Miami game. One of the first times I didn't go to Miami in like forever. Yeah, too busy with flooded homes. Oh, okay. Steve, I'm sorry. Was your home flooded? I'm sorry if it was. My home got flooded a little bit. I still have some work to be done. But if your home was flooded, my apologies and my best to you, Steve. Yeah, I was at the Orioles game today, Chris. I was at the Orioles game. Steve, and make sure I'm keeping up on. Nope. I am missing anything. Okay, good. If I do, like I said, if you're on Instagram, thank you for being here. Who's that? Samuel L. Jackson and what's her nose? Nice rack. Of course, you got that. Michael Down, retired Navy, Phillies, and Raiders. Yeah, there. See, Mike and I guess we must be. What is it? Brothers from another mother. Retired Navy, because I'm retired Navy. I'm a Phillies fan. I'm Raiders. Yeah, well, dude, we are very copacetic. Raiders fan, baseball. I'm a Marlins fan going to the opening day. Okay, cool. Oh, man, 3 times. Jesus. Fuck, man. I'm Steve, I best to you. I'm hoping good things come. What's Iraq, Jay? It's a country in the Middle East. Get it? What's Iraq? I just couldn't resist that. That's great. Anyway, right now we are watching, or at least the documentary short film from some chick from Iraq is going on. Morgan Freeman is honoring Gene Hackman. Oh, that's great, Chris. And I know it's yeah, quick on the feet, man. And I know that I've said this before. If you watch my shows, It's morose, but the part of the Oscars that I like the best is the in memoriam, because then you see which performers, actors, directors, people in the film industry died within the last year. And pardon me, God dang, Gene Hackman's going to be like front and center with, you might not, you probably will be the last person that they show, because normally, if I'm not mistaken, normally it's chronologically since last year. Steve, you're with me, brother. Quality quarterback, dominant D line and O line. We're getting the dominant D line and O line together. That's a process. It's an ongoing process, but we made the inroads last year with JPJ as well as Glaze. I also would say that if Mumford sticks, the draft or two before that, because I think Mumford has got to show his wares. Was it Demi Moore is just she's got some work done to that face. Chris Lenson, great to see that as well. Pete Rose might make it into the Baseball Hall of Fame. It's about fucking time. I loved Harry Callis would introduce Michael Jack. There you go. Michael Jack Schmidt. And that's the man. I've been a Phillies fan since 1970. 1970. Because I moved from Puerto Rico to move for. So who are you looking at camp for the? Hey Jeff, there's a lot of people who are looking at camp, and here's the thing. I said it in my intro: quarterback, and Matthew Stafford pulled a. Well, I mean, honestly, him and his agent pulled a fuck you. Yeah, Russ, Phillies fan since 1970. So, what is that? 55 years? Yeah. 55 years as a Philly fan. Bob, I'd love to go to Napa. If I can figure out how to go to Napa, I will be there. But, Jeff is asking about who's going to be doing the camp. I don't know. And now that Stafford's out of the mix, and there's some conjecture that somebody was trying to trade for Brendan Hooker, I'd do that trade too. Brendan Hooker from Tennessee, though, sitting at the backup in Detroit, I'd make a trade for him. Russ, I think Max Crosby will be a Raider. If Max Crosby isn't a Raider, it's not because Max Crosby pushed it. It's because the Raiders made a decision to trade him, and I hope they don't do that. But I was at the Max Crosby charity event last weekend. Has it been a week? Yeah, again, last weekend. And, Max says and speaks all the right things about being a Raider. Yeah, it's a good thing. Well, Chris, it was also because somebody also talked about to Rob Manfred before Trump made those accolades. He made those accolades before. Hey, Sam Fayad was over there. Good to see you, Sam. Said you like my show. Sam, you're not retired yet, are you? I know he's up for retirement pretty soon. Jackson Dart. I'd love for Jackson Dart. Hey, Rafa, good to see you. Good to see Rafa's in it. How do you get invited to the event? Oh, Bob, it was a black tie, and it was low key, but it's the Commitment to Excellence dinner. You didn't get invited; you just got to pay to get there, and you get your tickets early. And I had 2 tickets. Oh my God, why this looks horrible the way it's a little better. But yeah, it was a wonderful event, and I've been to several Commitment to Excellence dinners in the past. Was it for Rodney Hudson and Rock Cartwright? I can't remember. There's a couple other people, but I've been to a couple of them. So, but be on the lookout. It's definitely worthwhile. Actually, Max was like one table away from me. One table away from me. So, really great time. So, yeah, you just look out for it, Bob. When the tickets go out, get them quick. So, it's cool that way. What is this? April 11th. Was it Remy Malik, the amateur? Oh, okay. I've seen some of the things for the. Oh, yes, that was cool. He killed a guy in a swimming pool by blowing up the swimming pool. And people are talking about, that the Raiders fucked up by not going after Deebo Samuels for a 5th round pick. Honestly, I think the jury's out on that. I mean, people in the Niners that know Deebo Samuels was saying that he was overweight, slower, not the usual self. He got paid and basically, sat on his laurels, sat on his ass. So that's the reason why, I'm sure that the Redskins probably offered a 7th. And then, the Niners, got a 5th because they said, no, 7th's too. It was the art of the deal type of shit. But 5th, fair. Because Deebo Samuels is not the Deebo Samuels of old. If he gets in shape and he shows that he wants to be that guy, then it's a great trade. So what do you think Cooper Kupp goes for? Hey, Barrio, that's a good. I mean, Cooper Kupp would probably. Got to say no. I don't know if it's a 1, but it's definitely a 2, right? It's definitely a 2 for Cooper Kupp. Wouldn't you say that? I mean, seriously, you got to say that. And again, I'm going to put the link up. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm putting the link up into the chat so you can join me tonight. I mean, hey, what else you doing other than watching the Oscars or watching? And remember, I have the sound down, so I don't hear all of the political crap, which is probably better for me. But hit the link up. Wow, 30 million? Wow, okay. Yeah, that'll be if you trade for Cooper Kupp, you'd have to say, Cooper, you gotta redo that contract. You gotta redo that contract. Wouldn't you say? Okay, Lane, mid-century, something, I don't know. MC Raider, good to see you over there, brother. MC Raider, my buddy from the draft. I didn't see any of the combine. I was at baseball games yesterday and today, so I didn't see any of that. The weakest day was the quarterback, wide receiver, running back day. Wide receiver did not impress at all. Okay. What about the kid Bond from Texas or McMillan? So they didn't do well, or they didn't really show out. Kind of maybe, hey Jeff, if you want to, you can pop in and tell me about it. By the way, Smoke was at the combine. Let me go up to the top. Silver Smoke, yeah, I got some pictures from Silver Smoke. He was at the combine. And he showed me some pictures of him at the combine, which is really pretty cool. Jeff said it'll come on, which is cool. So hopefully Silver Smoke will come in, talk about his days at the combine. And then Jeff will talk about, because I haven't seen any of it. I didn't see any of it. I've been busy. When you go to a baseball game, it's, you get up early, you got to drive to it. Lakeland is still, even though Lakeland's close, it's pretty much an all-day affair. And, okay, this is, yes, okay. Good. The moment I knew this was coming, the fire from, was it Los Angeles Fire Department is out there. And again, I will applaud. You have to applaud those efforts. But we're going to talk to the big guy. Did he even turn his head? He didn't even turn his fucking head. Dude, I'm fucking talking about you. We're talking to the big guy, Jeff LaFontaine from the New England Raider Boosters. And he said that he'd come in. Is your mic on?
Yeah, can you?
No, your mic's not on.
How about now?
Now it is. Yeah, you're on now.
Sorry.
Yeah. So talk to me. What did I miss at the combine?
Well, actually, I was on all week during the combine, so I went live for each day. And Saturday, Silver Smoke was there, and he came on from the phone every now and then throughout the day with us. And was sending me, just like you, was sending me pictures and videos. And then Saturday night he came on again, and we really talked on another live episode of what he saw and everything. And I had Rundown on there with me, and Gravy was on there too. And we all kind of agreed that Saturday was supposed to be like the big shining day, because that's all your skill plays, your quarterback, wide receiver, running back. The wide receivers didn't impress any of us. I mean, they ran quick, 40 numbers and everything. So there was some speed there. Defensive backs were still the fastest overall this week for the combine. Mm-hmm. None of the wide receivers, like Rundown put it the best way. He says, we're not going to find our number one receiver in this draft. It's just not going to. We're going to have to go at free agency, or we're going to have to make a trade to get a true number one wide receiver. T-Mac did not perform. He wasn't even there. Abuke, or I mispronounce that kid's name all the time.
Yeah, the kid from Ohio State. I'm pretty sure.
Abuka or whatever. Yeah, he wasn't even there either. I didn't see him. And who's the other one? I think that was pretty much it. Bond, he was quick, but he didn't live up to what he was putting the hype out there that he was going to have the fastest time. Out of the ones I saw, and most of us that were in the channel with me that day agreed that it seemed like the best one out of the day was the kid Higgins from Iowa, the wide receiver. Now going to quarterbacks, Jackson Dot looked great. He looked really good. The other kid, Max, I always mispronounce his name too. Where is it?
The kid out of
Minnesota? Minnesota.
Okay.
Brosmer. He looked really good. Only like 3 quarterbacks ran the 40. He was one of them. Shook was the other one that ran. He looked pretty good. Shook. Now,
that's
obviously,
the kid, right?
Shook is from, that's the kid from Louisville. Yes.
That's what I thought.
What's his name? Shador was there. I forget if Cam was there too, but they didn't do anything at all.
No, I mean, the minute they do something, they're if they fucking pick their nose on camera, their draft stock drops.
Oh God,
okay?
yeah.
So they're not going to do anything.
I get why they weren't there. But I'll tell you what, you know who looked horrible was Dylan Gabriel. He looked like a deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
His passes were horrible. He had a couple of good throws, but for the most part, it was kind of trash. Milrow didn't look hot at all. Dot was the best. Was it Cook? Brady Cook from Missouri. He had a decent day too. I kind of liked how he finished off. Will Howard was all right. That was pretty much it. I mean, there wasn't really like a lot of shining moments with even the quarterbacks. I mean, Jackson Dot did exactly what I thought he was going to do. You know, he came out there and he did what he should have done, which is going to hopefully raise his draft stock too. As far as running backs, Genty was there but didn't do anything. Everybody, Scatabo was there. He's supposedly nursing an injury. He did the high jump, you know, with the reach up and hit the sticks. And he did the broad jump. That was all he did. He didn't do any of the drills or anything like that. Henderson and Judkins both looked really good. Hampton had a couple little stutter steps when they were doing the bag drills with the high step foot, you know, going forward, left, back, you know, forward, and then take off. He hit the bags a few times. It kind of like almost fell. And I think there was a problem with the field where they were doing some of the drills, because you noticed it on Thursday night with the defensive players, especially the D linemen. They were slipping big time, like where they had the certain spot between the 30 and the 40-yard line where they were. And when they were making cuts to go left and right, a lot of them were, you know, their right foot would kick out or slide out as they were trying to make a move. It's a miracle nobody really got hurt doing those drills. And you saw it with the running backs, and then you saw it again today with the offensive linemen, you know, slipping up like that in that same exact spot. So there's something with the turf right there, because I could see if one or two guys do it, but it was happening a lot, you know, where guys were just misstepping or not misstepping, but just sliding. Their feet were just coming right out from underneath them. Offensive linemen, I thought they looked great today. There was some really good ones. You know, the footwork was really good on some of the higher ups. The one I was really looking forward to see, I don't think he disappointed me at all, is this kid Truss, Truss. He's from Georgia, and he's a homeboy. He's from Rhode Island. So I was hoping he was going to do good. I thought he made a name for himself today, and he plays guard, which is what we need. So he'd be worth a late flyer, you know, towards the end of the draft, you know. But the running backs, I think the running backs look pretty good. You know, they did all right. They did all right. It would have been nice to see Genty do something. Not that I want him on our team, not at pick 6, especially, you know, but I think Hampton might have still moved up into the first round now. So,
and that's the kid from North Carolina, right?
Yeah. I mean, it was still a good turnout.
I heard,
you know, as far as what they did. But I mean, Silver Smoke, he was only there on Saturday, but where he was sitting when they were running the 40s, they were coming at him. So when they finished their 40, they were making that turn around the field right in front of him. And he was on live with us a couple of times when they were running. And the amount of fans that were there was crazy. How many people were there, and just the yelling and the screaming and the cheering. It was pretty cool to watch, you know. So it was just Saturday was disappointing. You know, I thought Saturday was just going to be a great day, and it was. That's what it felt like, you know. But I'm curious to see where the final rankings come after this, you know, and then obviously you're going to have pro days coming up. So I feel good about where we're
Right.
going to end up with our pick and what we've got for possibilities. You know,
Yeah, tell me about the like I said the Brady Cook from Missouri. Is he somebody that would what's the word I'm thinking? It's like a not necessarily a sleeper, but a good quarterback as far as the fundamentals. And this way, you get somebody that's good fundamentally and doesn't have a fucking head this big, and you can teach them. Because I think that, and I'll even say this about Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart's probably like the shiznit, but I'm sure he probably has the hey. I used to go to USC, and I'm the shit in the SEC now, so I'm sure he's getting a bigger head, kind of like a
yeah,
Bo Callahan in the movie. Maybe I'm, but I'm just saying people keep just packing up your fucking ego with good shit. Great, but you need to be humble, and you need to be able to learn, and you need to be knocked down a peg so that you can be built back up and learn to play the position well. So, and Ed says Dart reminds me of Jalen Hurts. That's great, and again, the problem is that everybody sees it. So somebody is going to take a flyer on Jackson Dart early. And if you want Jackson Dart, you're going to have to get him quick. Whether you get him at 6, trade down from 6 to like you were saying 6 to 12, let the Cowboys draft Genty because they're going to, at least in my
after what
estimation,
I
they're going to
just read
draft
about
Genty,
Genty,
and then
it might not happen with Genty. He stiffed them today or this weekend. He didn't go to the interview with Dallas. I just saw that. I was reading that before I came on. He didn't go to the interview. So I don't know if that means that they're not going to want to take him now because, but Jerry Jones may still say, screw you, we're taking you anyway, you know, but either way, I mean, that would be the team that I would look at to trade, get a second rounder out of them also with that. So you get an extra pick in the second round and you can
yeah,
address your other needs. But I think Dot's going to he played his way this weekend or performed his way this weekend into probably the late first round. But I think taking a shot at him at number 12 is better than doing it at 6. 6 might still be a
yeah, no,
little
I
too
agree.
early, but
Yeah,
I think he's definitely still
that.
worth a first round pick based on what I've seen and just his mannerisms, just the way he handled himself. As far as Cook, to answer the question on Cook, I wasn't even thinking about him until I saw him Saturday. Like he wasn't even one that was like on my radar, and he had a good day. And like I said, even that kid Brosmer, he's another one that could be a later round, like day 3 type pick, like that round 4 or 5 type thing. Oh, round 5, I think it is day 3,
Yeah,
something like
the
that.
the kid from Louisville, I think, is like of those guys. He's I think he's like 6'4", and
Yeah,
he has good arm strength, and that would be somebody talking about the prototypes of what the physical characteristics,
yeah.
and he throws a good ball. I know that Jackson Dart throws a good ball, but Jackson Dart is 6'2", and if the other kid can throw a good ball and he's 6'4" and a little bit stockier, and you're going to get hit. So you need to make sure that you can take the punishment too.
Yeah. Yeah. He's 6'4", 219. And I guess his rating after this came out at a 9.5. That with the RAS score that they have. But I mean, again, before all this, they had him slated for like a late day 2, day 3 type of pick. He could have moved up also. I think a few of the quarterbacks jumped up and a few fell. Dylan Gabriel definitely fell. There's
Mm-hmm.
no two ways he's staying tight where he was.
Yeah.
Even Milrow, I wouldn't be surprised if Milrow drops because he didn't look that hot either.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have picked Miller before the 3rd round anyway. And that just solidifies that I wasn't wrong.
No, and that's the
Okay.
comparison they were
And
putting
Ken, I
up
hope
on Saturday too about Dark, that his comparison is Jalen Hurts, is what they're saying. I mean, if his comparison is Jalen Hurts, then that's not bad, if you ask me. You know,
Who, Jackson Dart? Yeah, yeah, the kid that
yeah,
just won a Super Bowl. Yeah,
yeah, I'd be good with that. You know, I have no problem with that. I'm trying to think of who else was there that. Yeah, there's one run. I know we were talking quarterbacks, but there was one running back that wasn't there. That kid Mullins from Michigan. He wasn't even there. I didn't even see him. I would have liked to have seen him, you know, do the drills and partake in it. But of course, we didn't get to see him because I didn't know about him until 2 weeks ago when LV Rated 10 posted something on one of our shows. He just put it up and I played it. I was like, God damn, this kid! I never even heard of him until that moment. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this
yeah.
kid's pretty damn good. But I thought it was the draft. I mean, the draft. I keep saying the draft. The combine overall wasn't bad. Um, I just thought Saturday would have been better. You know, Thursday night. I'll tell you what, the big boys for the defensive linemen and edge rushes, those boys were moving, and they're not small dudes either. You know, they're freaking
I'm
big
sorry,
guys.
Jeff. I saw or heard some dripping from my indoor air conditioner because my old one used to do that, and that's why whenever I hear that it wasn't there, but no, I'm like, oh fuck, I don't need this shit to happen. I don't see it, but I always try to keep an ear towards it. But there you go. Yeah, it's I call it the underwear Olympics. I mean, I'm pretty sure I was the first person to say that. So if somebody says that they said it before me, I want to say get your tape out because I think I've said that at least 2 years ago before anybody else said it. You know, the underwear Olympics, and you people look good at the underwear Olympics, but you know, it's what you do there, and then it's like the at training camp or the drills in the spring. There's the spring drills, and then there's the real shit. And you look good in the spring when you're on, with like with your shorts and like maybe light pads. When you start getting into the real shit, that's when it comes out. So we'll see. We'll see. But again, great if you're in the underwear Olympics, but you can I say take what you get at the pro day, but look at that with what is on film.
Yeah.
Combine all that shit. Because again, if just looking at what's going on at the combine and pro day, that's great. That's the beauty contest, or you're being made up for the beauty contest. And I want to see what you really can do.
Yeah. Well, my big takeaway from that is like the players that show up to the combine and actually perform. I take that more into my like thought process of like who I really want, because you got to remember when these guys are there, when those coaches from the NFL teams are explaining what the drill is before they do it, they explain it one time. They have one player run through it at half speed just to show what needs to be done. And then that's it. Then it's the first guy up and boom, they're going. You know, so you have to make sure that you can follow directions, because at the start on the offensive line, some weren't following directions at first. So they had to restart that guy because he's like, you didn't do it right. And that's why I wanted to see like Shador and Cam Ward do that stuff, because with the pro days that they do, yeah, those pro days are great, but it's their own coaches from the school that they're representing. It's
Right.
their players that they play with all the time. So it's familiar players, familiar coaches, the scouts and the managers, the GMs and the head coaches. They're all just standing off to the side, watching, sitting in the bleachers, writing pencil shit down. And eventually we'll get a chance to talk to these players that are performing. you know so there's none of that pressure of, all right, I got to really pay attention, focus on what they're explaining so I don't get it wrong and I don't look like an idiot out here.
Mm-hmm.
you know you know that they're going to be practicing for that pro day from now until the day they have it to make sure they're so fine tuned for that.
Right.
So when it comes, they look phenomenal, and people will be like, "Well, look how good he was on his pro day." I don't care about that. I want to see what he did at the combine, where there's more pressure. Where it's so fast paced. Because I never really paid attention to it until this weekend. How fast they go from one drill to the next when they're done. So they go from the 40-yard dash to boom, we're going over to the shuttle run type shit. It's like boom, boom, boom. It's a well-oiled machine the way that they move them around. I'm sure Silver Smoke can attest for that, seeing it in person, how they just move the groups, around the field to do their next thing. So I don't mind guys doing their pro day after they do the combine, like do the combine and then the pro day. I'm fine with that. But skipping the combine and doing just the pro day, I think is just that's kind of half-assed, if you ask me. I mean,
yeah, and again, a lot of guys
they don't want to show the inadequacies,
exactly,
like the deep passes. Because some of those quarterbacks looked horrible on those deep throws, like the over-the-shoulder throws. The first one dart through was perfect. I mean, it landed right here for the receiver. It was just perfect pass. It was like a 45-yard throw down the field, and he hit him right on the money. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see now. I'm just more excited.
And like I said, I would love to have I would love to have Jackson Dart as our drafted quarterback, and whoever gets him. And I just have a feeling he's not going to be a bust. That's how I feel. Yeah, I think that Shedeur Sanders is going to be a bust. I get that. I think that Cam Ward will be a serviceable, if not really good, quarterback.
Oh, he's definitely
Cam Ward
the better of the
has
two.
all the intent. Yeah. And I think that he'll be that in a biscuit. So it's just a matter of hopefully, and again, hope beyond hope that we get Jackson Dart. Mike Sacktown, I will when I get out there, I will let folks know, and then hopefully we'll have some people meet up over in NorCal and be there. And again, I know that I'm going to be with Jeff LaFontaine at the events for the Raider game, New England. I can't wait.
I just can't wait for them to come out.
I'm not saying that Jeff has to have me over at his house. Yeah, that's it. I'm hoping that it's a decent time. But I remember the last time we were in New England was holy shit, Louis Gossett died this year. I didn't remember that one. The last time I remember being in New England was the week before the game in England, and we ran a touchdown, and it was to McFadden, and then they had a blatant bullshit call on whoever the left guard was. Said it was a holding call, and it was not a fucking holding call, and they took the damn touchdown off the.
I think that was the 2014 game, right?
Yeah, that's the last one I remember. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I've been in touch with what's his name? Cisco Ortega from the Black Hole. Because I got in touch with him because I got in touch with the Black Hole chapter that's in Massachusetts, but I guess their chapter's no more. The guy that was president stepped down and nobody's taking it over, so it's just an empty chapter sitting there doing nothing. Because I wanted to see about getting other clubs involved, for like the pregame party and the tailgate and everything. So I still got to reach out to Terry Russell from the Jersey Shore to see if her or anyone from their group's coming up here. But then I talked to Cisco Ortega, and I talked to him for a good amount of time, about a month or so ago, and they're interested in coming out here for it. So we're gonna try and coordinate something with them, because I mean the good thing for them is we're already here, so we've already got logistics starting to work on it. I've got a few of the guys on the executive board that I handle in the location we're trying to find, for the pregame party the night before. Tailgate, we pretty much know where we're going to do it. It's not going to be in the parking lot at Gillette. It's just a nightmare to try and get in and out of that parking lot. The parking passes are absolutely ridiculously pricey. And it's like $150 for one parking pass. And we're going to need at least three cars, on, if not more, for all the shit we're going to have to bring to, to do the tailgate. So we're still trying to work on what we're going to do for that.
Hey, get with me if you can after this show. I will give you a better coordination person for Black Hole.
Okay. All right.
And so this way you'll because I know that Black Hole is going to be doing a lot of different things this year, and you want to hit the right buttons on who to talk to.
Yeah, because I'm hearing that they're talking about their big trip is possibly going to be going to Houston. Was it Houston?
From what I understand, Houston's going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
which probably means that's where the steering committee's going, right? Is that where the steering committee's going, is to Houston?
That I don't know. See, steering committee and Black Hole are two different entities.
Yeah, I know, but I just figured they might just
committee
tag along with them. That's why I'm saying that. Because I know the steering committee usually picks one game a year away to do like a big thing. I mean, I kind of hope it's for this one out here. I mean, the one good thing about the New England game is there's a little bit more involved with it now, like newsworthy type of thing, because not only is it the Raiders Patriots, but it's Tom Brady as part owner of the Raiders coming back, his team coming to New England to play the Patriots. It's Josh McDaniels back to New England, former head coach for the Raiders. Pete Carroll, the coach of the Raiders, the former head coach for New England. So there's some variables in it. Richard Seymour, who's part owner, now coming back to play, as part owner coming to New England again. If it's a possible Fox game, because it could be nationally televised, because they may want to make a big deal of this because of all the different characters involved in this. Could it be that could it be the number one game that day, depending on how we are at that time between the two teams? Could it be the Fox game that Brady's doing that day because he's already going to be here, type of thing?
But see, isn't he not allowed to do anything with the Raiders?
He can. I think he can. He can't do anything intimately. Like, he can't be in the locker room. He can't talk to players from either team. Prior to, like, he can't be part of the pregame interviews. Like when they go the few days before the game to get the behind the scenes. He can't be in part of those because it's considered a conflict of interest. So like when he did the Detroit game, he couldn't go down to Detroit and talk to anybody, especially because at that point we were still looking to get Ben Johnson as our head coach. So he couldn't even interact with them, because that'd be considered, breach of contract and all the other bullshit and tampering, and it's just so many rules with it, But I mean, there's so many different storylines with us coming to New England this year. And if that's the case, I mean, I'm also going to put some feelers out there that the different news organizations in the state, in the local area, like a Boston one, some of the ones from Rhode Island, about, hey, the Raiders are coming to town, and we've got a group of Raider fans that are showing up for the game. We've got a group of Raider fans that live local, that are part of an organization. You might want to come and cover this because it could be newsworthy for you guys too. So that'll get a little press coverage, for the fans, for the Raider fans in the area. It'll help the club out. It'll help, someone like yourself and everything that might not know about you, type of thing. So I'm trying to make this kind of like a big deal, hopefully, but we'll see. I mean, it all depends on the date. The date is the biggest thing now. You know, if it's in September, October, we'll it'll be good.
I hope I hope the NFL doesn't fuck us. I really do. Okay, hey, John, whatever. Whatever the conversation is, John, take it off this, please. I trust me. There are a lot of squabbles that occur. He said, she said. I try to stay out of it. I really do. I try to stay out of it. You don't even want me talking about squabbles that I have. I try not to do it, but yeah. In fact, let me see here. Yeah, I have to. I just don't. John, just don't even say shit, okay, brother. I'd rather not even go there. But anyway,
yeah, I just don't want.
I'll get you in touch with somebody that would be better.
Yeah, send me a message on Facebook or whatever, or Instagram.
Yeah,
be the either one's the easiest to get me.
No, I do. I got you.
You know what? I don't know if you do or not.
Yeah, I think I have your phone number. Yeah, if I get into my phone, I can't do it now because I'm on Instagram on my phone right now, so I don't want to fuck that up. So
I don't have you in my phone.
Okay.
I'll send you a Facebook message.
I will.
With my phone number.
Yeah. Send me your number, and I'll get you some information on who the best person to talk to for coordination. For that, because again, I definitely want to make sure that'll be a fun event. And like I said, I'm hoping that the NFL doesn't fuck us with a December damn game in fucking Foxborough, Gillette. Fuck you.
The good thing is at least we know we're not going to be playing in England. That's a bonus. At least they're not going to throw that at us. Oh no, you guys are playing England. Because neither the Patriots or us are playing. No, are they playing in New England? In England? I know we're not. I don't think the Patriots are either, so we don't have to worry about that.
I heard that the Texan game might be an England game.
For us?
Yeah, because we're going to Houston, and Houston might be doing a game in England. So
you know what?
I'm just saying.
That means it won't be a home game. We won't lose a home game, so I'm okay with that. If
no, we won't lose it. Yeah, we're not losing any more home games being in England. At least, because we had to give up a lot of those home games when we were in the process of moving. I don't think that they will do that for us. I mean, it'll take a lot. Because we have all of the big crowds in Vegas for whoever, so I don't think that they'll fuck us for a home game like that for a while. So,
I mean, the good thing is if they do it right, they'll do like they did the last time where we play in New England, and then the following week we're playing in England, so that we're already here on the East Coast, and then it's just a matter of flying across the pond to the UK. You know, so that wouldn't be too bad. Now you just stay one extra day in the Boston area, fly over to the UK the next day, and now you're already there. You don't have to worry about shit. It gives you more time to adjust.
Yeah, you're already 3 hours. You move 3 hours, and then you just got to move the other
flight.
6.
Yeah, it's like a 6-hour flight from here to there. You know, at least it's less damaging. You're not in the air as much. You're not doing a 12-hour plus flight.
I agree.
That's why I could never go to Australia or New Zealand. I ain't getting on a plane for 24 plus hours. No freaking way.
My flight to the Philippines the first time.
Ugh.
If I remember right, it was Northwest Orient. How long ago? I mean, again, we're talking 30 years ago. 30 years ago. Northwest Orient was the airline. Look them up. They're an airline like Pan Am. They don't fucking exist anymore. Northwest Orient or Pan Am does not exist. And I think it was a Northwest Orient flight. I went from Virginia, or maybe I was in Florida. Maybe I went home on leave. Yeah, I went home on leave. So I went from Virginia to Florida to grab my shit. Orlando to Minneapolis, because that's where Northwest Orient was out of. Minneapolis to Japan, because I went to Narita. That was the stop of so it was Minneapolis to Narita, Japan, right? And then down to PI, down to Ninoy Aquino Airport in the Philippines. That
so
was
you had
a hell of
roughly
a flight.
a 4-hour flight to Minneapolis first, right? It's about it's over 3 hours, because I know it's 3 hours from me to Florida on a plane, 3.5. So you're talking, and the planes weren't as fast back then as they are now either, you know.
No.
Oh my God!
It was at least
again. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Could you imagine flying across during like the Vietnam era when they were flying over on C-130s? Oh good God, that takes forever. Oh, and sitting in one of those jump seats instead of a real comfy type seat. I mean, not that airplane seats are comfortable to begin with, but yeah. Wow.
Oh yeah.
I hope.
I've had plenty of rides on a 130 in a jump seat.
Yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you. I couldn't do it. I know you're talking about wanting to come up here for the Patriots game. But do you know if Wayne's coming, the Violator? If he's going to be thinking about going to something like that too?
We don't. Yeah. We'll see. Oh, okay. Ed said that Carroll was seen talking with Sanders and Genti at the combine. Yeah, no big deal. Raider at high.
I'll tell you what, they showed him.
I love seeing my good.
They showed him a lot on the screen. Him, Chip Kelly, Spytech had an interview with Peter Schrager yesterday after the events were done. So they were showing the Raider guys, the Raider coaching staff, quite a bit on the show. So. Yeah, Anthony, I agree. I think Sanders is going to be a bust. I really do, without a doubt. That's.
I agree that.
You know, a lot of guys I do shows with the shit. They disagree with me. They think Sanders is the great. I'm like, I just don't see it. I don't. Maybe I'm just blind to it. I don't get it, but I don't see him being as good. I don't want the media circus that he's going to bring either. You know. And it's not going to be like his fault with the media circus. It's going to be he's not playing. So, you know, it's going to be the media putting the mic in front of Dion saying, hey, how come your son's not playing? Or the media going to Shador and saying, hey, what's going on? And then that's just going to be a distraction and just shit you don't want. You're not going to get that with someone like Jackson Dart because he doesn't have a famous family member, doesn't have a former pro, Hall of Fame football player and a father. And he just wants to play. He wants to just be on a team and just play. But I don't know.
Yeah, and Desmond says we are media circus. That's true, Desmond. We don't need an additional media circus as for that. And yeah, Anthony, I don't know about Dart over Cam Ward, but Cam Ward is 1, Jackson Dart is 1A. Or maybe 1.1.
Dart all day long over Sanders. Because, I'm sorry.
Over Sanders, yeah. Maybe not Cam Ward. The only reason why I say that is because Cam Ward has shown as well with in a good kind of granted Jackson Dart is in a good conference in the SEC, but Cam Ward was the class of the Big East or whatever I can't even remember because they moved around the conferences a bit. I can't remember if it was I don't remember whatever they used to be Big East. Now it's ACC. Yeah, I think they're ACC now.
Yeah, ACC because they're in the same division. Yeah, they're in the same conference as URI. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's ACC, and it used to be Big East, but they went to the ACC. Yeah, I know that he was first team All SEC, Anthony. We got it. Well, like I said, Jackson Dart, I definitely would love to get, but it's a matter of will we get him? And if we do get him, where are we going to get him? Well, okay. What did Jackson Dart accomplish in the SEC? If you're going to throw that out, okay, Mississippi versus Miami. I think Miami was a better team.
He's asking what Ward accomplished. He's saying Ward didn't accomplish shit.
Well, like I said, team. Better team. Okay, but I mean, if you're going to say that, if he's better than Ward, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that they are 1 and 1A, but I need to see more to say that Jackson Dart is the best quarterback in this draft. He's definitely top 2 in my mind, but whether he's better than Cam Ward, I'm not ready to say that yet.
Hunter,
Kenneth Clark, no, Hunter's a wide receiver and a defensive back. Yeah, and by
I
the
would
way,
take him as a defensive back all day long.
And right, because I think he'll be better as a defensive back. Okay, Anthony, you say he's way better. Okay, way more pro ready. Cam Ward is pro ready right now, so we'll see. By Kenneth Clark, I saw your discussion about who I follow in NASCAR. I'm very, very to say this. My NASCAR knowledge dropped. People that I used to follow in NASCAR, now their sons are driving. I'm serious. I was going to name and said, "Oh, Nemechek." Oh, and it's his father that I know. It's not the son, but at least I know Nemechek is a name. So my NASCAR knowledge is not what it used to be.
I could tell you about I know who Dale Earnhardt. I know who Dale Earnhardt Jr. Gordon. Yeah, that's about it. I never really
Jeff Gordon. Yeah, well, right. Bill Elliott I knew, but Bill Elliott's kid now is in NASCAR. Okay, so again, my knowledge is way off. So I don't know, but hey, be aware for Jeff LaFontaine and the New England Raider boosters going to have a hell of a party. Hopefully, it'll be where we're not freezing our choo-choos off, because I like to see. I want to see a great party, but I hate the cold weather. That's why I live in Florida. Yeah. I admit it. That's why I live in Florida.
I don't mind the cold weather, but I don't want to be dealing with the cold weather for an event like that, because it just ruins it, basically. Because the place we're looking at having it, we can be inside, we can be outside, so it gives us more room too. It's a major brew house right in downtown Providence, which will be close to pretty much all the hotels that are going to be used. And just a quick note. Within extreme close walking distance is the hotel that they tend to stay at when they come to play the Patriots, because the last 3 times they've been here to play the Patriots, that's big. So we've got connections with certain people around here that we may be able to find out that information ahead of time. So plus I'm sure some of your connections are going to
cool,
without doubt. So that's where I went. That's where I met Willie Brown.
You say that. No. Yeah.
I mean, word of mouth gets around.
I said
people
I have connections, but yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to. I'm going to DC. Because the Peggy's going to be around in DC, and Ru J is going to be around in DC. So that's a great thing there. And people from the DC club. I'm coming up to see you, and I know you and Terry will be running roughshod on the good things up there for what's up.
Hopefully Terry's coming up for that. I'm actually going to see if Peggy's coming up for it too. because I know she actually
So that would be great.
She spent the weekend with us when we did our 10th anniversary 10 years ago. We went up to New Hampshire to an amusement park up there. We stayed there for the whole weekend. You know, like there must have been like 20 of the club members that went to it. And she came up and she spent the entire anniversary weekend with us up there for the club. So I was kind of hoping she was going to make it to the 20th this year, but she couldn't. But I'm sure she'll probably come up here for the Patriots game, especially if she knows like you're going to be here. I think Asylum's even talking about possibly coming out for that too. To be honest with you, there's going to be a lot of people that want to come out here.
Asylum's getting out of Asylum's getting out of the Midwest. That is a major event for him to get out.
Yeah, I may have to put his ass up on my couch though, because he's like, "Can I sit on your couch?" I'm like, "Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure something out." But yeah, so it's going to be a good time. I'm looking.
Yeah, and I didn't invite myself. I didn't invite myself onto your couch. I didn't invite myself to your couch, but I mean, trust me, if I would take a sleeper sofa if Asylum gets for him. So yeah, but who the fuck is this guy?
Oh, so you're watching the Office.
He looks like the second. Oh, okay. The original score. Okay, so it's music. This guy looks like he's a bald-headed dude who looks the Germanic part of, I don't know. He looks like an SS officer, without the uniform. Okay, he just looks like, would you get in the trucks? Would you enjoy it and breathe heavily? It's called a Zyklon B. I mean, just the way. Well, I mean, I know that's really hard. I'm allowed to say it. My name's Levy. But yeah, I don't know who this guy is, but it's a music score. But just check it out. It's horrible. And Anthony, I'm sure Jackson Dart will probably get picked before Sanders. I agree.
Oh, I'd love it.
I agree. I'm not going to take Shedeur Sanders with the 6. I ain't taking Shedeur Sanders with the 6th pick. No, not doing it.
When I can get instead of Mason Graham possibly at number Nazi. 6. I'm passing on Shedeur, especially if I can get a Mason Graham at number 6. If we don't trade back, I can get a player that's going to go into our lineup immediately. Sanders ain't going to stop. He's not even going to touch the grass in the game during this upcoming season. Absolutely not. He's going to be riding the bench for a year. So that's value with a number 1 pick. I don't think so. He does not have the skill level of
and that's Daniels, the thing. It's
where you could put Jaden Daniels out there like they did. He's not that type of player. Like if those two guys
I said I take a bunch.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of players before him. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Who's Jahmyr Gibbs 2.0? Judkins.
I like him too. I like both running backs from Ohio State, to be honest with you. I'm a little bit higher. I was high on Henderson before, but Judkins Saturday impressed me.
Well, I'd like to get either one of them.
We should get.
I'd like to get either one of them, and throw. Yeah.
I will say this.
Yeah, and there we go.
Based on the number of running backs that are available in this draft, there's going to be some good running backs that are still going to be undrafted free agents that we're going to be able to snag as soon as that draft is over. And I wouldn't be opposed to bringing in a couple more as UDAs. I mean, why the hell not? Bring in all the competition you can. Our running back room is disgusting.
What are your thoughts on friggin' Najee Harris? I mean, honestly, I'd rather get 2 running backs in the draft than overpay for Najee Harris. I mean, I like Najee Harris, but I don't want to overpay for him. I don't want to overpay for him. I think that
maybe about a month or two ago when we started really talking about free agents and such, I was really pushing for like the narrative of getting Najee in here. I didn't realize that Mason from the 49ers was a free agent this year until a couple weeks ago. I didn't even realize it because he was so far down on the list because he's so cheap money-wise. I like that kid. I wouldn't mind grabbing him instead. Keep Amir Abdullah as your veteran presence in that running back room because he's still good. He's still serviceable even at his age. You're not asking him to go out there and play every down. We had to at the end of the season because of injuries, just a lack of depth in our running room, and then grab two running backs in this draft and possibly bring in another one as an undrafted free agent because there's going to be a bunch of them and let them all fight it out. Except for Abdullah. Abdullah should still stay on the roster regardless. But let them all fight it out. Look, some of them are going to work out without a doubt because we need a running game, no matter who our quarterback is. I don't care if Tom Brady decides that he wants to play a season for us and hopefully do something. He's still going to need a good running back room, and not the Swiss cheese running back room we had last year. That was horrible. I don't think I've ever seen as bad of a running back room as this past season. That was pathetic.
I would say that, and I used to be high on Zamir White, and I'm going to say it, I used to be. But if you get a decent pick for Zamir White, I'd take it in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah,
I'm not as hard on saying to get rid of Michael Mayer. There's a lot of conjecture about Mayer being up for a draft pick. Because remember, that was Mayer we got in the second round. If you're gonna keep a wonderful two tandem at tight end, okay, why give up on Michael Mayer? I mean, I want to see something really good if you're going to get rid of Michael Mayer. That's the thing. It's like if you're going to get rid of Michael Mayer, you better get at least a 3 for him. I mean it, because he still has the ascension because he's a better blocker than Bowers, and he can still catch. And yeah, he had some personal issues, which why he missed those 6 games. But I don't know why you're getting rid of Michael Mayer that quick. I don't know. I don't think we move on from. I'm glad. I don't want to.
If it's for a good price, I'm okay with letting him go. To be honest with you, it sucks. I know it does.
Yeah, but it better.
I know Jack Kennedy would probably shit himself if he finds out we get rid of Mayer, because I know that's his guy. He's a big Notre Dame guy.
Yeah, no. The lowest it should be is a third. I think that if you go less than a third, you're underselling.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And that's another thing too. There's some good tight ends in this draft class too. I mean, we should be grabbing one anyway, to be honest with you. Later on, like late.
No. That's bullshit. He broke his vagina. No. He broke it. No, don't even say that. There are issues that he had. There are issues that he had, and people have issues. Okay, so don't say he broke his vagina. That's I. You know what, Anthony, love you, brother, but I got to get rid of that comment, man. I got to get rid of that comment. That's just I normally don't do. I got rid of John Leon's comments twice, so now I had to get rid of Anthony. But yeah, if he's the one that wants out, yeah, okay. Let's make sure on that, because I'm just saying that I'm hearing that we're going to get rid of Michael Mayer as well as Zamir White. Okay, that's it. Al Cortez, good to see you, brother, over there on Instagram. I'm over here on YouTube. After sitting out, what do you mean after sitting out? Sitting out from what? He had
He didn't
a issue.
Yeah. I give him
He
credit for
he took
addressing it and
care of
taking
what
care of
ailed
it.
him.
Yeah, I give him credit for taking
He
care
took
of
care
it.
of what needed.
Yep.
Yeah. Never came out and said what's wrong. It's none of our
Nope.
fucking business.
Nope. I talked about that
Honestly,
today.
Anthony,
Somebody
it's like,
brought it up. I said it's none of our business what he went through. It's between him and whoever he dealt that, helped him. That's it, plain and simple. He addressed it. At least he noticed it before it became something worse. Thank God.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
So no,
as well as
it's like,
anybody.
don't say.
Yeah, I mean, as well as anybody being in the military, and me being in the as a first responder, you know how bad these mental health issues are nowadays. You never heard of this 30 years, 20 years ago. It's now it's just worse now than ever before, because back then people didn't talk about it. People just did what they did to deal with it. Now it impacts people in a different way, and they recognize it and they do something about it. Thank God people do.
Yeah. What's I know FOH is an acronym that I should know. What is FOH? Fuck out of here. Anyway, Anthony, I appreciate you being a very solid member of the people that are here. I'm not going after you, sir, but please, no, just. I'm going to give you the sergeant from Stripes. Lighten up, Francis. Okay, there you go. That's it. Lighten up. But yeah, don't don't go there. Yeah. Anyway, so again, now Jeff Leon, Jeff LaFontaine. There was other Jeff Leon. Yeah, my baseball game was excellent, and thank you for asking. I saw the Phillies win in the bottom of the ninth, and the guys that won the game weren't the stars that played in like the first 6 or 7 innings. Okay, the Phillies were up 3-2 over the Orioles. Alec Boehm had 2 home runs, and Anthony Mercado, who looks like he might be the center fielder this year, had a bomb and made a lot of defensive plays in center field. He had 1 home run. And then the Orioles got 2 runs where those like bases were loaded and went up and get something to drink. And it was, 4-3. So the Phillies were behind. And they won it in the bottom of the ninth with I think it was a 2-out rally too. I think it was a 2-out rally. And they had a walk, and then they had like a couple hits. And one was hit batter, and so that guy was on first when the guy who hit the single that drove in 2 had no name guys, and it was wonderful to watch. So I love baseball games like that. So I have some pictures that I have from the last 2 games. I'll put them up on YouTube, or not YouTube. I'll put them up on Instagram and Facebook when I get a chance to. So be aware. Be aware for that. So it'll be coming. I'd go up to see the what do you call it? I'd go up and see the New England Raider Boosters, because they play they see games from the Paw Sox, if I'm not mistaken. You guys go see Paw Sox games.
Yeah, they moved to Worcester now, so none of us go because they moved out of Rhode Island. We're all pissed off. We go to Providence Brewing games though. That's the farm team for Boston.
Oh, okay. I do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we all
I
saw
can't stand the
Pasternak
Bruins,
before he was even brought. Pasternak was his rookie year with the Providence Bruins. Didn't even last a quarter of the season in Providence before they called him up to Boston, and he hasn't been back since. So that's how good he was. But Pawtucket was cool because I saw Roger Clemens play there. I saw Wade Boggs when he was a rookie there. Jim Rice. I mean, you name it. Ortiz, Gaspara.
Well, if you saw Rice, you probably saw Freddie. They were around the same time, Freddie Lynn and Jimmy Rice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, back then, because it was in the 70s, so I was just a young kid. If we saw Jim Rice and Evans, it was because they were on a rehab stint down there. Like Clemens, when I saw Clemens, it was a rehab stint. Wade Boggs, I saw him play when he started with Pawtucket. Garcia Parra, same thing. Varitek, so all these guys start off in Pawtucket and then, immediately get jumped up to Boston because they were just so damn good. But that was cool. But then the city of Pawtucket decided that no, we're not gonna renew the stadium or do anything. So plus, like I said, well, see you later. Now they're the Woo Sox out of Worcester. I mean, it's only literally 25 miles up 146 from my house, and I'm there. I don't want to go there. We don't do it. It's like we're boycotting them because they moved. But I sent you a Facebook message with my phone number. I love the little message I got back. It says, "Hi, Jeff. Thanks for your message. We are not here right now, but we'll get back to you soon."
Yeah. You that's on my page. That's you sent it on my page. Yeah. I'll get back. The first one I found
in my list.
So you got that's an automatic. Yeah. Okay, I'll put it in my phone.
All right, I'm gonna let you.
Didn't Adrian Brody win? Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I'm watching. I see Adrian Brody won for Best Actor. I remember him when he won for The Pianist, where he was a. I don't know if it was I know it's his second Oscar because he won for The Pianist, which was a World War II. He was a Jewish guy who was a piano player, and I think he was in like one of the concentration camps before. So I know this is his second Oscar. I don't have to listen to the guy said this is Adrian Brody. Yeah, good movie, really good movie, and he's a great actor. So go watch that one. Go and again, I don't know what The Brutalist is about. It looks like it's got something to do with World War II too. I don't know. I mean, the movies that I want to see. I saw Conclave, which was good. That's the only movie I've seen was Conclave. So I gotta go and see now that and I gotta see Wicked eventually because I know Wicked will come back to the theaters. I'll see Wicked, but I'll see that. And Sebastian Stan, that's the guy that's from the Marvel Comics movie. He's like the Winter Soldier, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's the name. Are you into the Marvel stuff by any chance?
He was up for Best.
Did you see that they're coming out?
I was tired.
Did you see that Daredevil's coming back again?
Did I see what?
Daredevil's coming back again?
No. Okay, well, I was going to say because Daredevil sucked the first time with
Kingpin again, and what's his name is going to be playing the Punisher again too because he's going to make appearances in this too. Jonathan Bernthal, the guy that was on The Walking Dead, the guy that played in the Punisher series, he's going to be on that show too. So I'm looking forward to that one because I like the Daredevil. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, Daredevil, but it was fuckface as Daredevil the first time.
Yeah, in the movie.
What's his name?
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, the movie. I didn't see any of the other things. Yeah, Ben Affleck.
The series is good. The series is good.
Yeah, not a.
But,
okay,
right.
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
Have fun with the rest of your show.
I'll take your word for it.
All right, keep
all
in
right.
touch.
Well, thanks, Shelley. Remember, I'll get back with you. I'll send you my number as well. And thanks again. I'll get you the person to talk to.
All right.
Trust me about that.
I'll talk to you. Take care, everybody. Thanks for having me on. Bye.
You got it. Hey, always, man. Hey, why not? Why not have Jeff LaFontaine on, man? Fuck yeah. Ken, I watched and I was going to say this. I watched the Captain America movie for Valentine's Day. I went out and I was tired. I admit it. I slept through half of it. It just did not. It's probably a better movie than it was, but I was tired. And I guess I'm going to pull the old card. You need to get me. I mean, and grab me so that I will watch the whole movie, right? It did not grab me. Maybe I'll see it again. Well, actually, I will see it again when it comes to the pay channels. That's Adrian Brody's got to be wife or girlfriend or whatever. She's pretty hot, kind of skinny. I don't know what he's saying, so we'll see about that. But yeah, the Captain America movie wasn't really, didn't grab me. Maybe I'll see it again. But yeah, if Daredevil comes out with somebody other than friggin' Ben Affleck. Yeah, who is that? She's hot for a skinny chick. Anyway, Honora is cleaning up tonight. Yeah, Honora's gotten a. Also, well, wait a second there, Jimmy Farrell. Also, the Perez movie, the one that Zoe Saldana, they're getting some. So it's kind of like they're. I don't think Wicked did. Wicked win? I think Wicked won for makeup, right? I think Wicked won for makeup. But Wicked hasn't won for anything other than that. Oh, okay, good. We're going to have Bob Stannard in here. Ed Norton would win. Yeah, but he's a damn good actor. I'm going to be joined by our buddy Bob Stannard. Good to see you, brother. How you doing?
What's up, man?
What's up?
You too.
Hey,
not much.
Just
not
watching,
much.
watching comments and watching out of the corner of my eye, the Academy Awards. I do like to watch the Academy Awards. So I got that.
Oh,
so
yeah, those are good.
Yeah. I mean, I liked, and the one thing is that people will tell me tomorrow all of the political bullshit that I missed. So I'm glad that I don't have to watch that portion of it because that's coming. But what do you got for me tonight, Bob? It's always good seeing you here as well.
Oh, yeah. Not much. I'm just excited for the free agency coming up in about a week and a half. And then seeing what kind of veteran quarterback we get, for a decent price. I don't know if it's Fields, Wilson, Darnold, Rodgers on a 1 or 2 years, kind of like a small deal.
Do you really want Rodgers? I don't.
I don't want Rodgers either, but I'd take Wilson.
I think out of that group, I mean, I don't want to overpay for Darnold, but see, you said for a decent price, okay? Of that group, I would take Justin Fields, not overpay. Then the next thing down, I would take Sam Darnold, but not overpay. So if you get Justin Fields at a decent price, Sam Darnold at a decent price, those are my 1 and 2. You're gonna have to trade for a car if you even want to do that. And I don't know if Tom Brady is gotten back to the point where you said you're choosing him over that motherfucker over me. Remember that when he went to the Bucs. He's like, you're keeping that motherfucker over me. That was the motherfucker he was talking about was, Derek Carr. I don't know whether he's gotten over that yet. And again, it depends upon what we would have to do to get Derek Carr. Derek Carr, I wouldn't mind coming back on a not too much all these guys I want. I'm sorry. I'm not cheap. I'm thrifty.
Yeah.
I don't want to overpay. That's why I say, give me Justin Fields, not overpay. Give me Sam Darnold on a 2-year deal, right? Or a 3-year deal where it makes sense. In the third year, it's like our option. The 2 years are guaranteed, and the third year is our option, right? Because I don't want to overpay for somebody that, did well, and it's all about the system. Can Sam Darnold do what he did for us in Chip Kelly's system? Maybe. We don't know, but I don't want to overpay for that. I think Justin Fields is that guy. I think Justin Fields would work well with Chip Kelly because he's a PO type of guy. So that's why I would envision him doing that. And I know Jackson Dart is an RPO type. Go ahead,
we
Bob.
need more of a outside of the pocket run presence pass, not just a stay in the pocket quarterback. We need someone that knows how to scramble out of pressure.
Yeah. Hey, Bob, where are you popping in from?
Oh, my house in California, Eureka, Northern California.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say I know Eureka is what is it? Northern Cal, up in the woods, I think. Correct?
Yeah, Redwoods. It's about 3 hours from Oregon.
Yeah, beautiful area, and I'm glad that you guys haven't had any of the bad fires like they've had recently. I know that they had the one at like Reading in that area around there, and that one whole area was taken out. So blessings that you have had a good, fall and winter, and knock wood for anything good things, because I don't like to have any of my family be put out by natural events. Like I said, I had some issues with a hurricane, and I'm hopefully getting fixed on them. But it starts this week when I get they're going to redo my foundation, so that'll be the first part of getting my house together. But again, blessings to you, Bob. And Bob, who now, if you had your druthers and you're the GM or you're talking with Spike Tech, who do you want and for what cost?
Who do I want in the draft?
No. Who do you want as your transition quarterback?
Oh, transition quarterback?
Yeah, like who's going to be the quarterback for the Raiders for 2 years while the rookie learns the craft?
I'd take Wilson or Fields. Just they're both know how to win. I know Wilson knows how to win because he's won a Super Bowl and stuff. I take Fields. He knows how to run out of the pocket. Just there's some little things he needs to work on, but I take those guys. I like Darnold. Maybe I don't know. He had a bad experience in his first playoff game against the Rams this past year, where he didn't really do much.
Yeah, well, Sam Darnold lost to the Rams twice, and he lost to the Lions twice. He lost 4 games this year to the same 2 teams. Hey, Murph, how you doing there? J Murph 1231 over there on Instagram. Anthony Marcus Mariota. Ugh. Nah. Yeah, I know he worked in the system. You get him on the cheap. I'll pay him. I'll pay him $250. That's a joke, how much you gonna pay him? $250. I'll give him $250. That's it. But yeah, but you want Marcus Mariota? Maybe, but he's not my first were, thoughts in mind. But yeah, if he's available, I know he's got the Chip Kelly connection, Anthony. I get it. Justin the Judge, good to see you over there on Instagram. Bob wants, and I agree with Bob on I would get Fields. I'd even take Wilson. I would take Wilson. And Wilson, is only going to be there for a year at most. So,
well, the Broncos are paying him a moolah of money right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and DZ, good to see DZ's in here. Hey, DZ's one of my the cool Charger fans, and there are a few of them. DZ's in here. Wilson do the Pete ties and Fields for chips, and that's it. Justin Fields as an RPO quarterback in the Chip Kelly system, great. Wilson with the ties to Pete Carroll, and they've seemed to have buried the bullshit because they had a lot of hate and discontent towards each other, but apparently that's been glossed over. So I think
it was mostly the organization. It was the organization of the Seahawks where the GM and all that stuff up there in Seattle. I think that was also part of it.
Yeah. Now, I was going to say, what do you want now? If you don't get a quarterback in the first round, Bob, who are you looking at 6?
If I don't get a quarterback, maybe the best defensive edge rusher available.
Okay.
Because
I'd actually like to get. I get the kid from was it Michigan? What's his name? Graham. I'd take Graham.
Oh yeah, he good.
You put that kid next to Wilkins. You have Max Crosby at end, and you're set. Holy shit!
So
go ahead. Again, Wicked does. Yeah.
Abdul Carter would probably be taken before 6.
Yes. I was going to say he's probably 1 or 2.
Yeah, I'd take Chris Godwin from the Buccaneers if he's available.
I'm here in Tampa. Chris Godwin is a great guy to have when he's healthy. Chris Godwin, like the last couple years, has gotten like both years he's missed a lot of games. I mean, somebody looked that up. How many games that Chris Godwin was missed in 24 and 23? Because I remember it's a lot of games. I would say it's close to a full season. Remember, if it's close to 16 games, maybe it's 12 over 2 years, but that's almost a full season. And again, if you're going to be, because he would be coming in as the number 1 receiver, okay? If you're going to come in as the number 1 receiver, I would say, you better show me something than somebody that's sitting in the whirlpool, with some injuries. And D said, Janti. I was going to say Mason Graham is who I would want, brother.
Or Mason we get DK Metcalf.
Yes, and if you get DK Metcalf, but this is the last year of his contract, you get DK Metcalf and then you sign him for a couple more years on top of that. I can see that. You have DK Metcalf, you definitely have a true beast as number 1 receiver. Then if you draft a receiver, that becomes your secondary, and you got Jacoby Myers. I can see that. It's Anthony says the Packers are trading. And you have an offer on the table. Well, it depends upon if you want him, you got to go get him. And Kenneth Clark says, "What's your thoughts on Liam Cohen?" I think Liam Cohen is going to do well in Jacksonville. Definitely better than the last few coaches that they've had. Definitely better than the last few coaches that they have, for sure. And the Jaguars will be a lot better. I was going to say, I know we played the Jaguars recently. Honora won Best Picture. Are you guys ahead of me? I thought Honora won for Best Actress. Huh. Oh, holy shit, I am behind. Okay, Honora won for Best Picture. I'm behind. I guess I'm behind. I'm sorry. Yeah, if Honora won for Best Picture, then I'm definitely behind. Sorry. Anyway, so I've been behind on the screen. Honora, I gotta see that movie too.
So would you take Josh Sweat or Khalil Mack in free agency?
I take Josh Sweat. Yeah. I take Josh Sweat. He's younger. I think he's got a bigger motor, and I think he would be a better beast. And I'd like to see Khalil, but I think Khalil's probably going to want more than his worth. I would take Josh Sweat. I'll take Josh Sweat.
That'd be cool. Josh Sweat. Max Crosby, Christian Wilkins, and then a couple other defensive nose tackle, and then Wilson or whatever that other guy.
Yeah, and Tyree Wilson needs to. This is his make or break. I mean, he needs to actually be the guy. And I was talking to somebody today because they were talking about because there was a bunch of Phillies fans that are Eagles fans at the baseball game today, and they were talking about how the Eagles defense guys, a bunch of 25-year-olds, right? And they're so good, and a lot of them are from the University of Georgia. Carter would have been fantastic, but this is revisionist history. I said the reason why we didn't get Carter was because his shit happened right after we had the shit with Ruggs. Okay. Mm-hmm. And it was the forethought. I get it. Go get it. Mac for his free agent this career, he's either going for the bag or a contender. Yeah, I was going to say, D said he can go get a bag. He can go get a bag because I don't want to give Khalil Mack a bag at this point in his career because he's shown that he can be injured. And again, and D said's a good people. I'd get Trey Hendrickson. Would you get Trey Hendrickson? The kid from Cincinnati? Guy's got a motor. If he's a free agent, I don't know if he's a free agent. I'd throw some money at Trey Hendrickson if that's who you're going to get. I'd do that in a heartbeat. But I would go Josh Sweat because I know he is a free agent. Yeah. Is he a free agent, Anthony? Trey Hendrickson? He is a free. Okay, good. Andy said you think we should roll with Marcus Mariota. Well, hey, he's allowed to have his input. You know, I don't agree with Marcus Mariota. I'll tell you what, we're gonna ask Bob. Bob, would you take Marcus Mariota as our transition quarterback?
Nah.
Yeah. I mean, I know he knows Chip Kelly's offense, but I still don't want Marcus Mariota. But okay, so he and Bob is on record. He'd go after Sweat like I would go after Sweat. I think Mac's going to want to, especially say, well, I want to come back to the Raiders, but you know, Give me the bag. I don't want the bag. I want to wear a Khalil Mack jersey, but only when he signs with the Raiders, so I can wear his jersey again. Because I'm not wearing his jersey until he's a retiree. Yeah, I get it. Anthony Mariota looked good, but you know what? That was like one or two games. Bob, give me your best thoughts, because I got to close out the show pretty soon. What do you think? What do you think the Raiders could? How well? I mean, I know this is conjecture because we haven't had free agency, we haven't had the draft. We know that we have to improve, but I don't think that we're going to be as bad as we were last year. I don't think we're going to be as bad as we were last year. I mean, I think we got to get better. I think got to get better. Your thoughts, Bob?
Yeah, we have to improve at corner. We got to prove we need another after we sign Robert Spillane. He needs another outside linebacker. Maybe get a Bobby Wagner for cheap.
Yep. I agree with that. Bobby Wagner would be, at least, if you're going to throw some money around, throw it on somebody that's deserving for that. Hey, Bob, thank you, sir, for coming in.
Yeah,
it's always good hearing from you. Stay well.
Yeah, you too, brother.
Eureka. Now, if I get to Northern California, how far away is Eureka from Sacramento?
7. Wait, no. Like 6-7 hours, I believe.
Woo. Okay, never mind. I was going to say hopefully we can meet up, but that's a distance. That's a distance. So yeah, if Eureka's that far away, hopefully we'll meet up at a Raider game this year, brother.
Yeah, I'd be nice to see a Raider game, but it'd have to be at like a decent price for me.
I got you, man. I got you. Trust me on that. But hey, Bob, thank you for coming in, brother. I appreciate all your comments. I appreciate you being a valued person that comes in here religiously. So hats off to you, brother. You take care up there as well.
You too, brother.
You be well. Bob Stannard from Eureka. Good guy. Thank you there, brother. I'm only, and again, sorry, Bob, I cut you off. I apologize, Bob. I'm just here. I'm gonna make sure that I do the full outtake. I was behind on the Academy Awards. I didn't realize that I was like about 10 minutes behind. I didn't realize that Anora won for Best Picture. Stupid me. I had my thing on, but I'll watch the replay. It's actually on. They actually cut it before 11 o'clock. Wow. They actually were early. Carrie Underwood, Luke Bryan. What is it, Ryan Seacrest? What is this? The sing along show? Whatever. What is the name of this show? I can't remember. Out of New York. I got that. Ryan Seacrest, Carrie Underwood, Luke Bryan, and Lionel Richie. I'm looking at the channel. Oh, American Idol. Okay. Yeah, I know it started at 7. I get it, but still, the fact that it's before 11 o'clock. Normally, it used to run into fucking midnight. It used to be before it was running into midnight. I don't need to watch this shit. Let's see here. I'm cutting the recording now. No. Post Oscar. I don't know. No. I don't want to. Why am I watching this shit? No, I don't want to watch this shit. Stop recording. Okay. I'll keep it because it's the so I guess I guess it was supposed to be a little bit past 10:30. So it went past. So love my baby, 719. Thank you for being there on Instagram. You're watching the show. I'll be here saying it while they were saying, damn, Anthony was right. Okay. Hey, Anthony, if you're Nostradamus, if Marcus Mariota is our quarterback, we'll say, hey, Anthony was saying it would be I didn't watch any of that. I didn't watch any WWE last night, brother. I went to bed. I went to bed after the baseball game because I had to get up early for the other baseball game. So I didn't watch any WWE. I'm sorry. I admit it. I didn't watch it. And if Anthony and I will, and by the way, Anthony, if Marcus Mariota is our quarterback, make sure that you come in here and crow. Because if you say something and it happens, come in and take credit for it. I don't want to see Marcus Mariota personally. I don't. I saw him with us before, and I wasn't that impressed. Granted, that was with Josh McDaniels as the coach. I get it. That was, a long time ago, really. But I don't want. And again, I know he has the ties with Chip Kelly. I get it, but I don't want anything to do with him. But again, hey, we'll see it, and if it happens, it happens. Cut Minshew. Okay, that's the plan. Okay, we're going to cut Minshew. We're going to sign Mariota, draft quarter, whoever it is, whatever round. Still got AOC on the roster. Senna won Eliminator Chamber match. Now him versus Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. Is that Dusty? Is any relation to Dusty Rhodes? That's how old I am. Dusty Rhodes was doing wrestling when I was a kid. Maybe it's not, but yeah, I agree. If your plan, it's his son. Okay, so I know somebody. See, like I was saying with NASCAR, I know the fathers. Dusty Rhodes to Cody Rhodes makes sense. Okay. Nemechek to his son, Nemechek. And, Bill Elliott's kid. And, I think Jeff Gordon has a kid in there riding. Okay. It's all the sons. So my knowledge is a little bit off. All right, guys, we're at 1:58. I got to get off here. Thanks again for coming in. We will have another show on Thursday. Thank you for being here. Whenever I have things to talk about, you will be the first to know about them. Everybody have a great week. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you on the next time. Be well, be well.